wheels are turning for the construction of the Sarah Patterson Champions Plaza. This morning, the University of Alabama System Board of Trustees approved another round of plans for the plaza at the University of Alabama.
But what does that mean for the coaches and the teams that will be recognized? WVUA's Jennifer Edwards caught up with a few of those coaches and has the details in tonight's top story.
When I started here at the university 34 years ago, I could never have envisioned the dream of having something like this.
That's the reaction from women's gymnastics coach Sarah Patterson to having a Champions Plaza bear her name. Plans call for the plaza to be built adjacent to Sewell Thomas Stadium.
I think one of the most important elements is the recognition of Coach Patterson. As you come up to the plaza, there will be a large sign area and potentially a statue that will commemorate Coach Patterson's accomplishments. Then as you come forward into the plaza, you will see the individual sport areas, and then over to one side you'll see the individual coaches.
Alabama Athletics Director Mal Moore describes the plaza as something the university desperately needs.
It brings recognition to every sport in one area there in front of the Coliseum. It will recognize the success of every sport, and certainly it will recognize the coaches that have won national championships. And it will be a beautiful setting there and will add to the whole complex.
Softball head coach Patrick Murphy says it's a way to keep the Crimson tradition alive.
For all of our alums from 16 years ago to be able to come back year after year to football games, to softball games, and have a place to maybe take their kids or their grandkids, you know, to have their name on a plaque for an SEC championship that they won, for the World Series that we won, is going to be something really, really awesome.
The plaza is scheduled to open in spring of 2013. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Jennifer Edwards, WVUA News.
And U of A Athletics Director Mal Moore told WVUA that naming the plaza in honor of Coach Patterson was the university's way of saying thank you for all that she has done during the past 34 years.
This week marked Dr. Guy Bailey's first Board of Trustees meeting as the University of Alabama's new president.
And President Bailey is completing his second week as president of the University of Alabama. WVUA caught up with Dr. Bailey during this morning's meeting, and he told us that everything went smoothly and he was impressed with how fast and efficient both meetings went. And Bailey also shared with us what he's looking forward to the most during this year as the U of A's president.
I'm looking at getting reacquainted, getting to know our students and our faculty, finding out about their interests and their desires, listening to the campus and seeing what the campus needs, looking to laying the foundation to building our research efforts.
And we're now seeing some of the first ideas of what the University of Alabama hopes to do with the Bryce Hospital property. The 2012 Campus Master Plan is placing a heavy emphasis on that area's development. Residential facilities, museums, and a brand new performing arts center are ideas on the Board of Trustees table for the recently acquired Bryce Hospital property. UA planner and designer Dan Wolf says he hopes the plan will be put into action over the next 5 years.
And the Board of Trustees also approved a student center at the Presidential Village, which will include a storm shelter. It will also feature a World War I memorial plaque in honor of Tuscaloosa County soldiers who died in World War I. And the center will include a new strength and conditioning facility.
Shelton State Community College President Dr. Mark Heinrich is getting ready for a new job. He's been selected as the next chancellor of Alabama's two-year college system. Heinrich has served as president of Shelton State since 2008. The State Board of Education announced its decision Thursday afternoon. Board members say they were swayed by the way Heinrich got Shelton State back on solid ground after corruption problems in some of Alabama's two-year colleges. Heinrich says that while he is sad he's leaving, he's happy he can now have a greater impact across the state.
I'm a little sad to be leaving, to leave Shelton State, but I know that in this position as chancellor, I'll have you know, the ability to impact all 25 of the community and technical colleges in the state, and that's pretty exciting.
Governor Robert Bentley says Dr. Heinrich's salary is likely to be close to $198,000, which is the state superintendent's salary. Former Chancellor Frieda Hill's salary was around $289,000. Hill stepped down last March under pressure from some board members. Well, the Crimson Tide heads to Fayetteville, Arkansas this weekend to take on the Razorbacks.
And last year, Bama roasted the Hogs 38-14 at Bryant-Denny Stadium. This year, the Tide faces Arkansas on their home turf. Kickoff is set for 2:30, and it will be carried on CBS. Now, coming up later on WVUA News at 6, hear from a Razorback fan who's become an internet sensation after releasing her musical tribute to the Hogs. And WVUA is the place to start your football Saturday. Don't miss Crimson Tide kickoff Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Gary Harris will have complete game day coverage with special guests, a breakdown of the matchup, and feature stories on the Tide. That's Saturday morning only on WVUA News at 6. Meanwhile, one Arkansas fan has gotten nationwide attention for her love of the Hogs.
That's right. Her video has already gone viral. Liz McDaniel put up a video on YouTube of her dressed in her best Razorback fan gear, singing "United We Stand" in support of the team as they get ready for top-ranked Alabama tomorrow. WVUA spoke with McDaniel about her love of the Hogs. Here is some of what she had to say.
Now, the Razorbacks are called the Hogs. So I said, the Crimson Tide, what do you call the players? The Waves or what? My word for the Tide is there is a tsunami waiting for you in Fayetteville. And when you guys come out on the field, I'm going to be standing above that tunnel with a 55-gallon drum of whoop tail, and I'm going to pour it all over you before you get out on that field. Woo! Pig suey! When the pig's coming at you, gonna drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. So you better remember that, A.J. McCarron, because we are coming after you.
And on that note, before you cheer on the Tide this Saturday, get your football fix tonight. Football Friday is right after WVUA News at 10. Gary Harris and the WVUA sports team will bring you all the highlights from West Alabama's biggest games. That's starting at 10:35.